Lonely boy. Lonely boy.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. How you doing? Can you hear me? The audio's okay? Just let me check. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Just a quick check, is we had some problems on the past with the image. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, Air Walks. How you doing? Where are you joining from, everyone? Let me see. Uh, okay. Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? Hello, hello, everyone. I see people shy today. Okay, from India. What time is it in India? Mm-mm. Uh, it shows event has ended. Let me see. Just give me a minute to check. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think the. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Yes, let me just check a minute. Okay, I'll be sending at the end of the stream the link again so you can just check in. Let me see. Let me see. Mm, okay. What you've been working on this week? What you've been working on. So, mm, mm, mm. Okay. Hello, hello, 2231. Okay, that's cool. Me from India. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So, first of all, hello everyone. There's new people this Global Hack Week. I've seen a bunch of new people. Really happy to see that. It's the new season. New life for some people, new learnings, and that's pretty nice to see. First of all, my name's Snowfall. Today I'll be your coach here. Well, coach like MLH coach, not all kind of coach. And today's session will be about big data. We'll be learning from basics of big data, some examples, how to get some data sets from different websites, how we can use that data, how companies collect all that data. So, yes. Um, Uh, yes, so that will be today session. It will not be so technical, okay, because we're not doing any data analyst stuff or anything. But yes, we will be seeing looking at some, for example, tools like Tableau. It's used for. We will be seeing some um, I don't know, maybe some JavaScript libraries so you can use them, and yeah. So that will be for today. And if you have any question, please just put it on the comments. I know there's a bunch of people. Maybe there's new people that's maybe a little bit shy right now or at the beginning, and it's time to just open ourselves. And as I say always, uh, you'll just need to ask questions, okay, because it's really important, because maybe someone else has the same question, and you can help a bunch of people asking questions. So don't worry if it's maybe a simple question or a question that you think that's maybe a little bit dumb, because maybe it's not. So yeah, just ask questions. So, if I ask you what is big data, what would you say? Like in one phrase, or one, in 3 5 words, how would you describe big data? Like, just give me like 3 words. Like if I say big data, uh, what's the first thing you think of? Okay, here we have bulk of data. Okay, okay, that's pretty cool. For this week, I have been working on open source research related to T21 and I2 models as to which one is more perfect. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about these models, but sounds cool. So let's start with what is big data. Okay, so basically, big data, as uh, AWACS said, it's just a bulk of data. Okay, and basically, when we talk about big data, we refer to a large amount of data, basically made of structured, unstructured, semi-structured data. We will see this what this structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data means. Okay, so basically, this data is generated like every day, every second, every millisecond, continuously, and it always grows. Okay, even if there's some data that it's being deleted, but we generate more data than we delete, so that the general volume always grows. By the way, fun fact, did you know that the 90% of the data that we have right now, it was created the last 2 years? Isn't that impressive? I mean, like, for me it is. Okay, um, maybe because there's all the companies right now collect all the data they need to make a bunch of things like ads, train their ML models, whatever. So yeah, that's just a quick fact, but fun fact, but it's pretty nice. And yeah, and once we have a bunch of data, it grows in size, but it grows in complexity. So it's sometimes the volume is too high. We need like more computer power to process that. There's some some conflict because there's a lot of people maybe that like um people that like environment activists, let's say, that they don't like all these new technologies because what you do with this kind of thing with data, because data has to be stored, and you have to store data somewhere, and somewhere is computers, and computers work with electricity, and to produce this electricity you need whatever. Okay, there's a lot of companies that use solar power to power all the data farms, but yes, it's a problem, an environment, like for example Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. They say that the blockchain with all this, all the power it needs to process all the transactions and all that stuff is bad. This is a whole another thing. Okay, we're not going into the debate. We can talk about that at the end of the stream, like what do you think about it, and everything. But yes, not it's not on the schedule um, for the explanation. So yes, and for we can say that big data is used uh, across almost every industry. So to get insights, to do analytics, to train artificial intelligence models. Um, you know, so there's a lot of business behind big data because with we'll see, as we will see shortly, it helps you make money and to take to make business decisions, because if you know how your customer or maybe other customers are spending the money, are spending their time, are spending everything, so it's much easier for them to to say, hey, maybe Airwalks likes a lot of, maybe Airwalks will have a, well, the sister of I don't know, Airwalks will have a baby, so Airwalks will need to buy a gift for his or her sister, and and it's someone that will probably be born in September. Okay, so with just this data, you know how to target Airwalks. Okay, you will just give him or give her data, like ads about kids, about babies, about stuff like that, baby dresses and everything. So so yeah, it's really important. So let me just quick show you this, because some of you know Kaggle. Okay, basically Kaggle is a website, a platform, let's say, where they have a bunch of data sets. Just let me really quick show you where we can get this data from. For example, if we want to learn, if you're building a machine learning model, whatever, if you're doing a project, college project that you want to work on. So yes, here you can get all the data you need. And yes, um, okay, let me see. We have a question. Oh, Bidip. Hello, Bidip. Sorry, I didn't see the message. Um, huge amount of data. Yes, yes, yes. How does data analysis differ from big data analysis? So basically, it's in it. So for example, big data analysis is data analysis, but big data is like maybe in volume, maybe increases the complexity of the analysis you're doing, because it's not the same having maybe a couple of tables on the database to create an analysis than having maybe 150 tables to get data from. So probably the complexity of the analysis will be different. So it could be data data big analysis. But yes, big data analysis. Hello, Vanishri, how you doing? So we talked about what it is. Okay, so let's talk about why is that important, big data nowadays. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was gonna show you the website. So here's the website, and you have data sets. Okay, basically, a data set is a set of data. Okay, so you might think, okay, that's pretty cool. We know how to read. You just took the two words and misplaced them. No jokes. Basically, a data set is a bunch of data that you can get here for free, because maybe this user just wants to give that out. Maybe someone got it. Sometimes you'll need to buy data sets, maybe if they're a little bit exclusive. I'm not talking about hacked Facebook accounts or stuff like that. Okay, not about those data sets. I'm just talking about normal data sets, like legal data sets that you maybe need. I don't know, maybe you need a bunch of data about your local stores, and someone in your city, maybe a software engineer, has an Excel with all the stores of the town, what they sell, what kind of products they sell, because maybe one day he just went to the store and started, like, getting names of the products. I don't think someone will do that, but just imagine. And then he has an Excel with all the stores, all what they sell, what kind of products, what kind of brands, how many people go to that store every day, whatever. And you maybe want to open a store in your city, so maybe you can buy that data set to say, hey, I see that in this particular zone in the city, there's a lot of stores about clothes, but there's no restaurants. Okay, so people want to eat, and maybe you go shopping and you're just buying some clothes, and you want to eat. You're not going to take a taxi and go to the other part of the city. So maybe with this kind of, this is just an example of is just a small example, about talking like local stores and stuff like that. But yeah, with big data, you can take a lot of decisions and really, uh, you know, uh, decisions that will they worth a lot of money, your money. And maybe you want to open a business, you want to analyze everything. So that kind of data sets can be bought, or if you want free ones, there's hundreds of thousands here. For example, let's take a look. Top anime ranked. Okay, this one, for example, maybe someone's interested in this one, so we can download this. Okay, just let me sign in real quick. Sorry for that. Sign in. Okay. Okay, I just want to download this one. It's a zip. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, data grip, not this one. Let me just open this real quick so we can see it, because here in the website we can see it, but it's not that clear. I think here it will be less clearer. Okay, let's just open it on the website then. I thought it will be a little bit better. Okay, just close this. Just let's close this. Okay, so we have top anime ranked. Okay, so probably here in the description we can see what this data set is about. Explorer, comprehensive of data set, title, source, whatever. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's go here. Oh, this is pretty nice because here we have the description, and maybe they explain you how they get some of this data here, like what does this, I don't know, maybe there's here a value that you don't understand. Neither do I. For example, the score, weighted scoring system to evaluate and rank anime and manage entries. So this score is maybe a formula that this developer has created to rank the animes based on some criteria. So this is, for example, the formula it used, and if you just go here, you'll see, all the data is using for the formula and everything. Okay, so let's go to the table. This is what we want. Here we have 9 columns. Here we have like the data types of the columns. Let's start with this one. Okay, the first one. Let's see. Oops, it's a little bit. Okay. So we have here title. Okay, this is an identifier, an ID. If you don't know how these primary keys or IDs or whatever they are used, you can check the intro to SQL stream that I did yesterday. So if you just want to know how databases are structured and stuff like that. So here we have the title. To be honest, I don't watch anime and or movies and stuff like that. So I have no idea what this one is. But maybe some of you are more into anime. So yes, the first one, we have the title here. Okay, this is nice. We know the ranking based on users rating and popularity. Okay, you have here another ranking. Stream type: TV, movie, OVA. I think, uh I don't know what it is, to be honest. But yeah, here we have the episodes. Okay, pretty nice. Start date. Here we have this one, 2023, 2009. Okay. And date, members. Okay, that's pretty cool. Number of community members who have added the anime to their lists. Okay, this is pretty cool. And we have the score we've talked about, like this strange formula. So yes, let's try to sort descending. Okay, let's see which one. Okay, community members. This one is the top one. Let's see which is Shingeki no Kyojin. Have no idea, to be honest. Oh, okay. Attack on Titan. Okay, nice, nice. And then we have Death Note. This one, I think I know what it is because I've heard some friends of mine. Never mind. So basically, this is a data set. Okay, so imagine this, for example, and in a big scale with hundreds and maybe thousands of tables, columns, data, relations, everything. So yes, that's just a quick example on what a data set looks like. So data is generated, and any time from since we open the app, the website, whatever, till we close it. Okay, so use just search engine, or if you just search, for example, travel place or whatever, you'll have a massive, so it's just basically a massive collection of really valuable information that companies and organizations store, manage, get. They visualize it, they analyze it, they try to see, okay, why this person, let's say, for example, Instagram. Do you know Instagram? Probably. anyone knows Instagram. If someone doesn't know what Instagram is, um, it's basically a social media app. Social media, I don't know, for pictures and videos and stuff like that. So when you swipe, like when you do this movement to go down, all that movement is tracked. Like for example, they know how fast are you going swiping. They know how much time um, you're looking into a picture. They know how much time it take, how many times you watch the video. Even Amazon, for example, when you read like the Kindle, okay, the book. So let's say you're reading a book on Amazon Kindle, okay, and you stop on page 23, and then you stop reading that book, okay. So basically what they do is they just go back like the 23 pages that you've read. They try to analyze it and see what's wrong with that book, so they don't recommend you similar books, okay, and stuff like that. Or maybe even uh, maybe music, okay. Spotify, probably, I don't know exactly Spotify, but maybe they track your music, how much time you listen to a music, what part of the song you like the most, or maybe you repeat that part because you liked something. They analyze that part. What's that what is that made me or the user watch that part again. Why Nelful listened again to this music? Let's say, let's see what this music says, what it talks about. If it's more trap, if it's more pop music, if I like K-pop. So probably, and this is for videos on YouTube, for everything. And that's why sometimes, I'm not kidding, okay? Sometimes I go to YouTube and I was thinking, I'm watching videos or something, and I'm thinking, oh, I remember this video that I saw a while ago, like maybe some days ago, and I will really like to see it again. And then I go to the homepage and there's the video. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. It happened to me like not one time, but maybe some, I don't know the number, but many times. And I think we are really predictable as humans, that for companies, and they hire a bunch of data analysts, maybe psych- psychologists, psychologists, to see the human behavior, what makes us take this decision or this one, what makes us watch this video or this one. So all that data is the big data. Like every click, there's some. Do you know the heat map? Basically, a heat map is a kind of a tool that companies use. It's basically, it tells you what parts of the website are most clicked, or hovered over, or seen, and everything. And basically, you have a map like this. They say, okay, imagine that this is you looking for pictures. Okay, okay, just let me. Okay, so imagine this is you. Maybe not this one's. Okay, wrong image. Maybe I'll take another one. Okay. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, this is great, nice. Okay, I will send you this one because I think it's pretty interesting for if you want to check it later. I was going to see an image. Let's try with this one. Okay. This is okay. So I think you got okay. This one here. So let's see. This is like obviously the reddest one is the ones that you hovered more over or clicked more or anything. So this is used to make testing, to A/B test, they call it. So basically, companies sometimes, mostly tech companies, what they do is they release like two versions to say, and they release these two versions to different people, and they see how different people interact to those two versions, to see which one is working better, which one is making you stay more time, which one. So sometimes it happens that with your friends, or your partners or whoever, you see like some differences between apps. Like, hey, I have this button on Instagram here that you don't have, or maybe the like button changed the form and it was a heart, now it's maybe a thumb, I don't know, whatever. And did it happen anytime to you? This is a question you can ask. You can say yes, no, never. Tell any experience you had with this. Feel free. Did it happen to you anytime, like this kind of thing? And for example, it happened a bunch of times with my partner, and we have like exactly the same phone, the same model, the same OS version, whatever. And I'm like, oh, you should update the app. Maybe they made the changes, and the app is updated. So, and this happens with websites too. And most of the times there are small changes that you don't notice. Okay. And maybe it's just a button or maybe something, but psychologically that affects you a lot. Even the colors of the buttons, the font, the size of the font, how the images are placed, whatever. Okay. So, all this, like all this small, really small information combined, is big data. Okay. And you can literally know everything about someone, like even what they eat. Okay. Like, I don't know how, to be honest. I don't know what kind of data you need for that. But well, if you have an app that you you make an order on Uber Eats or stuff like that, and they just give you the dinner. Probably they know what you had for dinner. But yes. So and we talk about the tools, okay? Because for example, um, um, traditional data tools are not equipped to handle this kind of complexity and volume of data. Okay, so that's why there's a lot of big data software platforms designed to manage all these data and these loads. Okay, so mm, 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 let me see if there's any question. No questions till now. No questions. Do you have any kind of question? Nope. Okay, great. So yeah, there's something called the three V's, okay, of big data. Okay, the first one is volume, the second one is variety, and the third one is velocity. Okay, they call it the three V's because obviously it's three V's. um, so let's go with the first one, the volume. Okay, obviously the volume refers to the huge amount of data that's generated and stored. So while traditional data is measured in familiar sizes like megabytes, gigabytes, even terabytes, big data right now is stored in petabytes and zettabytes. I don't know if you heard about, probably yes, petabytes, but not zettabytes. Yes, zetta. Like I think it's uh, uh, zettabytes. Basically, mm, 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 mm. So like this is the table. We have kilo. Right now, this is a gigabyte. Okay, it's a billion bytes, and we have the terabyte. It's a trillion, and a petabyte. Oh, okay. Okay. Basically, zettabyte is one, followed by um. Let me see. 21 zeros. Okay, so imagine uh, the kind of data. Let's see, zettabyte to gigabyte. 2 gigabytes. Okay, okay, so a zettabyte is literally a trillion gigabytes. Okay, so imagine that, and there's a bunch of that zettabytes. So yes. So, and then we have the variety. Okay, and basically variety refers to the different types of data being collected from different sources. We have, for example, text. Okay, data can be included by text, by video, images, audio, and that's it. So yes, I cannot think any more. Yes, I would say video, text, images, and audio. So basically, most data is in a structure, meaning that it's unorganized and really difficult for conventional data tools to analyze. So anything from emails, videos to, you know, scientific I don't know, scientific data can, constitute a big data stream. So yeah, they have different functionalities, and right now with AI, it's getting much easier to analyze this data because you can transcript the audios, you can transcript the videos, you can read files and analyze them and then interpret what, I don't know, what the file is about. Because let's say we're talking on WhatsApp or Telegram or wherever, and they want to analyze our conversation, but we half of our conversation is on audios and videos. Now they can do that. They can just listen to the audio as many times as they want. They have all the context. They have like the conversation with your mom, with my mom, like for like the whole conversation. They can know, they know what I talk with my mom, with my sister, with my friends, with my girlfriend, with your, I don't know, teacher, with your boss, whatever. So maybe you talk about I don't know, how bad your boss is to your colleagues, and maybe one day you start receiving different ads of offers, job offers. So you might think, okay, what's going on here? But yes. And then the third V, I would say, is the velocity. Okay, so as I said, the data is generated. Okay, big data is data generated somehow, uh, processed somehow, and analyzed. And this has to be done real quick. Okay, there's millions of terabytes of data generated each second, literally, around the globe. And they need, well, I don't need, but companies need to really know how to generate this data, how to process it and analyze it really quick. Because if they don't do, maybe they lose a chance on, getting you involved buying maybe a motorcycle. Okay, and companies and organizations must have the capabilities to to get this data and generate insights from it in real time, literally, because otherwise it's not very useful. And real time processing basically allows them to make decisions and act quickly. Because maybe if you're thinking about having a trip tomorrow, okay, or maybe, and you need tickets real quick, probably to show you plane tickets on some ads, they need really quickly to know that you need that trip. So if they show you at the next day the, all the trip options, probably you're on the plane and you don't need that. Okay, so let's see how. Okay, so we talked about what it is and how it's used for whatever, but how it actually works, like how the company really gets this data and manage it and process it, and how, like, each step of the process. Okay, so I would say, as we said, big data can be produced from multiple data sources. Okay, we talked about different types like text, documents, audio, video, whatever. But there's other sources like, for example, mobile apps. We have social media. We have emails. We have transactions. We have IoT sensors. A lot of people don't take them into account, but IoT sensors like Internet of Things sensors that you have right now. Maybe the new cars have a bunch of sensors tracking your eyes movement, tracking how even there's do you know SEAT? It's basically a Spanish car company, pretty nice one, and they have sensors on the light, but like, yeah, the light, the front lights. Okay, they have sensors installed there, and when it's dark, well, when it's night, they track like all um the external light of the street. And if there's maybe a street in Barcelona that the light is not accurate and it's not good, and maybe the road is a little bit messed up, they send all this data to the city hall, saying, hey, we detected that this city is not quite well illuminated. Maybe you should install or change the bulbs because maybe they burn, uh, whatever. Okay, so that's really really important. Okay, so yeah, we have the IoT sensors, and yeah, for the moment, that's all I can think about. So basically, all these different data sources results in a continuous stream of very digital data just going through to the company or to the organization, to whoever. And the diversity and the constant growth of big data makes it really difficult to extract tangible value from it in its just raw state, because you have the data, maybe you have a bunch of useless data. For like, it's not useless, but as it is, it's useless because it's raw. There's a bunch of noise. There's a lot of data that you don't even want. There's a bunch of data that you don't even need. So you need to get that data clean. And yes, that's it. So um so basically, this is what it does. It forces the company, uh, and they have the need to use specialized big data tools and systems. And basically they get all this software done to help them to collect this, to store, manipulate, um, translate this data into usable information. Okay, like, I have um, all the time, maybe, I don't know, I have all your chats, all whatever, blah blah blah, but I need like like tangible information and usable information, and information that a human can understand. Like, maybe, okay, so with all this data, what you can tell me? I can tell you that VDIP, I don't know, maybe wants to go to study to a college near, um, I don't know, West Bengal. Okay, so this information is really important because now we know that VDIP needs to go to study near West Bengal. Maybe BV will need a house, maybe will need a room, a shared room with a teammate, uh, sorry, a college mate or a friend. So it needs to be near to the college. Probably will need some new stuff. So yes, I can see here. Let me just not able to check in. Uh, okay, just give me a second. I can let me see if I can solve this. Uh, mm, mm. Okay. I just I'll try to get that solved and ASAP. And after the stream ends, I'll just make sure to update you. So we were talking about that. Okay. So basically, they have all this data, but we need to know what to do with it. Okay, with small things we can have a lot of valuable information. Okay, for example, the one that I've just mentioned, the BDIP example, that needs to wants to go to study to a college on X city, for example. So that's a bunch of things that we can assume. Obviously it's not 100%, but we can assume that BVIP will need housing, will need somewhere where to eat, some supermarket, and maybe if there's more local stores, we can show BVIP some some ads about all that local stores. And once BVIP is on the city and sees maybe a local store that already saw on Instagram page, probably it's more probable that BDF will just go to eat there, because maybe it's not a famous place, but maybe if it appears on Instagram, this is like the thinking sometimes of a human being. Like if they talk about it and maybe it's famous, it's good. Okay, it's not always that, but unfortunately, with all this social media, with all this just imagine the all the information you get on Instagram every day. For example, let's say you I try not to stay a lot on Instagram, for example, or social media, but let's say you've been 2 hours on Instagram just scrolling reels and watching videos, and sometimes I just go out to sleep or something, and I'm just thinking, okay, I don't remember like literally anything that I've watched the last 2 hours, like literally anything. Maybe I remember a reel, a funny meme, or something, but I don't really, I don't feel that I've learned something or I've got something from that. So, but yeah, on the subconsciously, well, I don't know, but in your brain, basically it affects. Okay, in Spanish it's called subconsciente. It's like subconscious or whatever. So yes, in your brain it affects and a lot, but you don't even realize. And sometimes people say, oh, I don't mind watching ads because it doesn't affect me, because whatever, but it affects you. Okay, so let's go with the steps. Okay, the first one, let's call it integration. Okay, so big data first needs to be gathered somehow from those different sources that we talked about. Okay, uh, we can do this with web scraping. Okay, we did a stream yesterday, really nice one, great. Uh, a really nice teacher called Nelfal, pretty nice explanations. Um, it was called web scraping. Okay, scraping the web or whatever. Or we can access databases if we have already the access to that databases. We can use data warehouses. Okay, for example, data sets, whatever. We can use APIs and a bunch of other data logs. Okay, so once collected and we have this data, we can integrate it into a big data pipeline architecture. Okay, so basically a pipeline, think about it as a uh, mm, let's like a bunch of steps. Okay, let's say you have a pipe and there's stuff coming into that pipe. So imagine that you just have like this huge pipe, you have data going through it or whatever, and you just need to analyze and prepare, process that data. So basically it's really important, this process, because here's where you clean the data, where you have all this huge pipeline with a huge of processes, with whatever, saying, hey, what really matters to me is this kind of information, this kind of information, this kind of information. I don't want to have this information here. Maybe I just want this, whatever. This is your rules, your data, your rules. whatever. Okay, so all this data goes through the pipeline architecture, and it's processed, well, prepared for processing. So big data, as we said, is raw. It's a raw collection. So meaning that in its original unprocessed state is basically unusable. Okay, because it's really messy. So basically, all this processing involves cleaning, transforming, aggregating, and preparing this raw data. So basically, for its storage and then analysis. Okay. So let's see the management, the part of the management. Now we have the data. Let's talk about the management. So once we process this data and we cleaned it and we have it perfect, all this big data is stored and managed, on the cloud or on premises storage servers, they call it, or maybe on both. Maybe one part is here, another part is here. So basically, we store the data. Okay, but generally, big data typically, requires no SQL databases. Another thing you can learn on the intro to SQL stream. Um, so yeah, basically it requires no SQL databases that basically can store the data in a scalable way, and that doesn't require strict adherence to a particular model. So this is really important to choose what kind of database you want to use for your data, where you're going to store it, how to structure the pipeline, everything. Like, these principal steps are really important, because once you have a bunch of data, it's really, really, really difficult to change all the architecture and say, hey, I don't want to use SQL. I want to use MongoDB right now. And instead of the pipeline being hosted on Azure, I want it to be hosted on Amazon. So it's really important. Okay. And basically, yeah, the management. And the thing here is that with this particular model, okay, the with no SQL databases and everything, basically it provides, let's say, the flexibility needed to analyze disparate sources of data, and and gain a little bit of view of what is happening. So okay, basically how to act uh, with that data. And yeah, that's it. And we talked about the management. Yeah, first the integration, yes, the management, and we go with the analysis. Okay, the last part. Now we have all the data cleaned, stored, everything's perfect. We need to analyze it. Okay, so analysis is one of the final steps of the data lifecycle, where the data basically is explored, analyzed to find maybe applicable insights, trends, patterns in the data. And this is frequently carried out using, as we said, tools, big data analysis tools. So yes, basically this is the analysis part. So and once we already found useful information, it can be basically applied to make business decisions and communicate to stakeholders, maybe on data visualizations. Hey, our users tend to use this and this, whatever, blah blah blah, and do a bunch of stuff like that. And I wanted to share with you some uses. Do you have any question? uh okay, let me see. Okay, yes, I will keep you updated at the end of the stream. uh what did I miss? Sorry for being late. Yeah, no worries. Basically we're talking about yes, big data, how it's gathered, how it's cleaned, how it's processed, everything. So, and now we will see some real world examples, okay, like with real companies and how they use these different data like Amazon or other, uh, you know. Uh, uh, uh. Is web scraping workshop done? Yes, it was done to yesterday. Yes. Sorry, the workshop of web scrapper part isn't available on YouTube. Let me see. That's kind of weird. Let me make sure it's available because uh oh yes, it's here, and I think on Twitch too. So let me see videos. Let me check this real quick. Intro to SQL. This is done. Yes. Yes. There you go. This is the web scraper video. It was, I think, yesterday. Yes, yesterday. So there you go. Nope. Okay, so I assume there's no more questions. Okay, so before going to the real examples, let's see some use cases. Okay, so for example, here we have a bunch of data sets, and this one, for example, CNN, Daily Mail, news text, summarization, whatever. And here you have the tests and the different articles, highlights, whatever. Okay, and let's go with maybe some branches, like use cases branches, okay, of big data. First of all, we have finance. Okay, this one is really popular. Finance and insurance industries. Okay, the insurance industries are one of, I think, in my opinion, is the ones that will take a lot of advantage of big data, because knowing how your driver drives, how you just drive the car, which speed you go, in which streets, how you drive, how you run, whatever, you can really predict how possible is that person to be on involved in an accident. So yes, it's really important for insurance. So yeah, finance and insurance industries use it basically to, for predictive analytics. For example, in finance or whatever, fraud detection. What kind of, if it's a scam, whatever. You have risk assessment, credit ranking, if you want to give some credit or give a mortgage, whatever. The how the user spends the money, how everything. um yes, so this is really important. And then we have healthcare. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky because in healthcare, for example, there's a lot of data, but this data, it's really complicated to use it. Okay, because obviously you cannot train a model with patients' data, because this is really really sensitive data. Okay, that you and your doctor knows, and your doctor knows that because it has signed a bunch of documents that they cannot say anything about. I don't know, maybe if you have anemia, if it's really sensitive information, so you cannot just train models with patients information. So sometimes they have to train this data. Okay, but obviously there's, you cannot say the name of the person. Obviously it's useless to know the name. But maybe you cannot say the location or the age. Well, yes, the age you can say that, but there's a bunch of information, because I've talked with some people about this, and it's really tricky how healthcare uh, models are trained, and how information is gathered, and all the that kind of permissions. So, for example, hospitals, researchers, pharmaceutics basically use big data to improve and advance, some treatments, and they have a vast and a huge amount of patients and populations data. So a little bit day by day healthcare system is enhancing, for example, I don't know, all these kind of technologies, to help to enhance treatments, maybe perform more efficient research on diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and maybe developing new uh, drugs. Well, not drug. Yeah, they call it drugs, but medicine. Let's call it medicine. And yes, healthcare, finance and insurance, and education. Okay. It's really important to know how the student learns, what kind of behavior you have from the student. And this, maybe in the future, if you know like really good your student, the patterns, a bunch of stuff, the interests of the student, you can create like personalized lessons plans, predicting maybe learning outcomes, tracking school resources to reduce maybe operation costs. And this one is really nice too, because education right now, well, in my opinion, personal opinion, it's not something that I everyone thinks about. But in my opinion, it's a little bit outdated, because like it doesn't make sense that everyone needs to learn the same thing, because there's every person is a world. So if you just teach the same thing to this really different people, like from years and years and years ago, it's not something really, it doesn't make sense, at least for me. So yes, another part. And yes, and then we have marketing, obviously, to create campaigns depending on everyone's interest. Government, for example, big data in government can work, for example, to gather insights on citizens from, public, financial, health, and maybe demographic data, and adjust, government actions accordingly, uh, on the usage of maybe of a train, maybe uh, there's a lot of people that like in Spain we have this, you buy a ticket and it works for 3 months. So you pay like for 90 days, and you can use the trains, the bus, whatever, every time you want. It's like a recurrent ticket. Okay, every country has this kind of tickets. And there's a lot of people that when they go to a bus and they have to like verify, that they paid, they don't do that, because they think, oh, they already I already paid this. So if there's someone that asks me, or maybe there's a controller that asks me for the ticket, I already have the ticket. Yes, you have the ticket, but it's not verified, so that means that you're not in the bus, basically. For the system, you're not in the bus. And if everyone does that, maybe there's a bus with 50 people that's analyzed like there's two people. Okay, or maybe three people. So what that means, that maybe if the city hall needs to cut on buses, probably they will cut on that line, because for them, no one's using that bus. But there's a bunch of people using it, but they don't verify that they're on the bus, so that they don't count. Okay, so that's really important, because maybe if the city hall sees, oh, there's 50 people on that bus, maybe we need to create a new line. Okay, and they will create a new line with extra buses, so you don't have to wait that much, or maybe the bus is not that crowded, and that's really important. And marketing, we talked about that, and media. Okay, so let's see some real world examples, and then hopefully we can see some some constraints, or Yes. Let me see if there's any question. Let me see. Let me see. No questions there. Mm-mm-mm. No questions. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, no questions. That's nice. Let me just put here in the chat if something comes up. Okay. Yeah, I we didn't talk about the structured and structured and semi structured data. So basically, it's really easy to get to understand. Structured, as the name basically implies, is that the data is grouped based on information that is most likely numerical, for example. So this generally includes addresses, age, payment information, structured data. Basically, just fits nicely into the data maps and on the structure, and that's perfect. Okay, then we have the unstructured data is all stored information which is without any organizational form. It's just a large part of data, um, of just simple data without any kind of form, but you just got different kinds of data. So yeah. And then there's the semi-structured, and basically it's a hybrid between structured and unstructured data, and it's often data that it's mostly unorganized, but that has maybe key identifiers and labels alongside. It might help keep it organized, and maybe understandable. So yeah, that's it. So let's see, for example, Netflix. Okay. Netflix and big data. Okay. And basically what it helps uh, to for the big data, as we talked about, for example, the Amazon Kindle thing, whatever. You have a bunch of films. They know how many times you watch the this the I don't know, the any movie. They know, maybe if you're watching a show, they know, how, maybe they know how many seasons you watch in a day, or if you just wait for the season to end and watch all the episodes. And maybe you just watch 30 minutes of each episode every day, and it's just 30 minutes. So they know that you just watch 30 minutes a day. And maybe if everyone does that, maybe 35% or 40% of the people just watch 30 minutes, and that's it. Probably they will shorten the episode, the production. Maybe all this data is then sold to the productions, like who make the movies. I don't know. It's not something that is written, but it's something that I can think of. And that's really tricky, because then probably you'll have a bunch of 30 minutes. Um, so yes. And we have Amazon. Okay, so definitely everyone knows Amazon. And let's see, for example, how they use big data. We have the dynamic pricing. Okay, what is dynamic pricing? So everybody knows that, for example, airlines, we talked about airlines before, use that tactic when they sell plane tickets. So if you check out the same tickets over and over again, it probably means you really want them and are willing to pay more for them. So that same logic, it's implemented on Amazon uh, marketplace. Okay, I'm not going to say Amazon, because Amazon has a bunch of different things. So that same thing is applied on Amazon. And yeah, so what you probably didn't know is that they changed their prices up to 2 point, probably, I think it was 2.5 or 2.4 or something times a day. So obviously it's a really huge marketplace, but just imagine 2.5 nearly million prices changing every, like, changed every day. Okay, so basically what affects this price changing changes are factors like shopping patterns, competitors prices. Maybe competitors just lower their prices, so they need to lower just to keep up with the business. Maybe the competitor just rise the prices, so they keep the same price, or maybe they lower it to have a bigger gap. A bunch of things. Okay, so or maybe if the product is common or not, or is popular. It depends on a bunch of things. And then with the dynamic pricing, for example, we can say that the product recommendations. So it doesn't matter if the person buys the product, uh, you know uh, if the person puts it on the card or even just takes a look at it. Amazon will use that data, so to know what you're interested in. So that way, they can learn what each customer wants and likes, and can recommend that same product or similar ones to them once they return to the shop. Okay, so literally, this is how the company probably earns more than 30% of their annual sales. Okay, and this is true data, it's not made up or something. But yeah, more than probably 30% of the annual sales are done by recommending the products, because there's a lot of times that you don't go directly to say, oh, I want to buy this, for example, on the supermarket. When you go to buy maybe eggs, okay, so your mom says, hey, go buy eggs. You're a you're a big head. And you just go to the supermarket, buy eggs, and you just about to pay, and you just see some really nice chocolates with some red envelope looking at you saying, hey, take me home with you. This is not casual. Okay, that's why just when you go to the cashier to pay, there's just small products like, I don't know, maybe gums. There's That's big data too, because this was really studied, and there's a bunch of people that work every day, um, their heads off to just understand how you consume, how you spend, and everything. So yeah, that's really important. uh let's talk about hotels. Okay, for example, there's a chain called Marriott. Okay, they're into a little bit into technology. So just like Amazon, for example, hotels also use dynamic pricing. Okay, it is changing based on a bunch of factors, such, for example, as local and global economic situation, weather, availability, uh, you know, reservation behavior, cancellations, and a bunch of things. So yeah, this basically it's a really revenue increasing strategy. So for example, hotels. This is the other day I was listening to a podcast. Okay, and it was the Marriott. Well, it was um uh how we call it, well, a Spanish man that founded a hotel chain, and it was bought by Marriott. Okay, it's another huge chain, and he was talking about how this pricing works. So, for example, if you have a hotel in Barcelona, okay, at least let's say they have a hotel in Barcelona, and then Justin Bieber just today announced that he will come to Barcelona for a concert. So basically, a lot of people will think, oh, they will just put the prices up because whatever. Okay, that's true, but what they do, like exactly at that moment, they just uh, mark as unavailable all the rooms. Like literally, we have no rooms. So basically, what they do is they just get no rooms. So um, if you just search for rooms after the Justin Bieber announcement and you just got the ticket and you want to go to Barcelona, you need a hotel, you won't find the room in that hotel. That's why. That's because, why is that? Okay. So that's because what they do is they just take all the tickets out and they start, releasing the tickets. So they wait days to see how other chains are reacting to that, how many rooms that chains have. So literally they just wait to other hotels to have no other rooms, or maybe have them really 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 expensive to start like giving some rooms, and you go to the website and see three rooms available. Okay, that's pretty cool at a really high price. And they stop and they watch how the competition reacts, how other chains put their prices up, or that not down, I don't think so, but up. And they start, giving right prices. This is really interesting, really really interesting, because if they announce the concert and you just have 100 rooms, and you sell that rooms maybe a hundred euros each one, that's a pretty, it's not high, okay, but let's say you sell them at 200 a room. That's cool. Okay, you have all reserved, everything. But let's say 1 week before or 2 weeks before the concert, the other hotels and the prices just went up to 500 euros a room. You cannot just cancel reservations. Okay, you have people that will come, and maybe if someone cancels the reservation, that's pretty cool. Okay, you can resell that room. But once they have the reservation for 200, you cannot, say, hey, the price just went up, I will change the price of your room to 500 euros instead of 200. You cannot do that. So basically what they do is they take all this data to mark as unavailable all the rooms, and they start releasing like 2 rooms, 3 rooms, maybe 5 rooms today. Let's see, tomorrow maybe 5 rooms, maybe 10 rooms. And once the concert is getting closer, the prices go higher, and they start playing with that. That's really interesting. I heard that, and I was thinking about, wow, that's pretty impressive. Yes, we talked about hotels. We talked about e-commerces. Let's talk about entertainment. Okay, let's talk about, for example, Netflix. It's a platform that every one of you probably know, and you maybe are subscribed, maybe you're not, whatever. So, or when I say Netflix, maybe a lot of things can be applied to other big streaming platforms. So basically, as you know, Netflix is a huge, I would say, the biggest online platform for streaming movies and TV shows. For example, I think Disney bought some contracts for cricket. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but yes, the cricket games move a lot of money, and the license of that matches, for example, go really high. But yes, probably it's one of the biggest one. Okay, and its success, I would say, I would think, is thanks to big data. Okay, because they know their users. Their retention rate is huge, like literally more than 90%. Okay, which compared, to their competitors, is a huge number. So, and they're also growing really quick because of the original movies and TV shows that just, show that they're actually listening to the customers. For example, we've seen the Squid Game thing. It was it was a really huge movement. The heist, Casa de Papel. I don't know if you know that one, but it's called Heist something. But yeah, that one was really really popular too. And because of that, um, they were, this year, I think, or the last year, they were able to compete with traditional giants, and they won Golden Globes, Oscars, And this was something unthinkable like years ago, because no one thought about, oh, there will be a website where, they will start making movies and shows, and they will win a bunch of prizes, they will win millions of users and earn trillions of dollars, whatever. So how do they use their data to create such, a good customer experience? They collect data such as the time during which their subscribers watch the show, if they binge watched it, or it took them, some time to finish. Did they pause the show? They resume it after pausing, or they just exited, whatever. This is a bunch of data they use, okay? And all of this is basically used to create personalized accounts for each client or user, okay? So their goal basically is personalization, and that is clearly shown through their plans for the future. So basically, they want to use AI to create trailers, okay, and probably on the future, um, well, as they plan to do, the thing here is that they will just be able to, depending on your, you know, personalized, uh, you know, taste. They will create a trailer just for you for the movie or a show, whatever, just showing like the best parts they know that you will like. So because sometimes you watch a trailer and it's something, and you just see maybe the one part, like, I don't know, maybe they just centered on creating this intrigue and this whatever, but maybe you don't see some actor that you really love, and maybe if they know that you love an actor, maybe it's, if that actor is not that famous, they will show it on the trailer, because you'll say, oh, I love this actor. Maybe you're more into watching that movie than another one, because that there's that actor that you really like. Okay, so yeah, this is really interesting. So let's talk about well, all food chains, for example, McDonald's, whatever. They all already do this to collect all this data and do. They're more centered on marketing, and mass uh, customization. Let's say they're not more into tech, but for example, Starbucks. Okay, it's a really interesting case. Okay, because if you search on Google Starbucks bank, some people say that they're more a bank than a bar, like, or a cafeteria or whatever. Okay, because let me just Starbucks bank. How Starbucks is also a bank. You can read this, for example, this article. Sorry, this article, and it's really, really impressive. It's really impressive. Okay, so basically, what they do is they have an app. Okay, that's basically that app. It allows you. They give you like rewards. Okay, so for example, you have points, like maybe 100 points that cost maybe $50, and that 100 points give you access to 50 coffees. Okay, so for you it's much cheaper. So that makes you, if you're a recurrent user of Starbucks, probably you will buy those credits, because the coffee will be maybe 30% cheaper for you, because the company will earn uh, will have a huge margin, because a coffee of $5 instead of $10, probably it was made with 30 cents. Okay, it's not a joke. But with all the other operative expenses, whatever, maybe it costed $3, and they still have this $2 margin per coffee. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what people do, is they have the app, and you just, to buy credits, you need to pay with real money. So basically, you're giving money, like future, like money that you will spend on the future to Starbucks, and they have like billions of dollars just of credits. And you give the money, they give you credits, and you can use that credits for the cafeteria to go and grab a coffee. But you won't get the coffees, all the coffees today. So it's an for them, it's an expense of the future. So they can use that money to invest it and do whatever they want. So while you're just, on that week or that month that you had those credits and you're spending the credits, one day here, another day here, whatever, they're making money with interests, or maybe they're with loans, whatever. So it's a really interesting business because I've read this article. I don't know when. I don't remember, but it just blew my mind, and it was really nice. So, yes, yes, yes. Any question till now? Anything you want to make clearer? Okay. Mm-mm-mm. No questions. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so we've seen how data is extracted, how it's processed, how it's analyzed, everything. We've seen some real world examples with some different with the e-commerce. We talked about the Starbucks case. We talked about the supermarkets. We talked about Netflix. We talked about everything. That's cool. What else? What else? What else? Now let's see the challenges. Okay, because we've seen this, it looks really nice. So you get data, you process that data, you get, you know, to recommend ads. You get some extra money here. You could whatever here. So basically, there's some huge challenges. Okay. Okay, the battery of the headphone, because sometimes it just goes off. uh, First of all, we have the volume and the complexity of the data. Okay, so big data is massive. Okay, all these different data is massive and complicated, and it's growing every day. And this makes it really difficult to capture, to organize, understand, and especially as time goes on, um, the data is getting more complex and bigger and much hard to interconnect and to take decisions based on that data. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's the first one, the volume and the complexity of the data, and it's a huge challenge. It's not a problem, it's a challenge. Okay, it's not the same. So yes, it's a challenge, but it's a good problem, at least for the company, because they have more data. They just need to solve the challenge and have more data, more accurate predictions, and perfect. So the second challenge, I would say, is the integration and the processing requirements. Okay, so let's just keep aside the storage challenge. Big data also has to be properly processed, okay, and cleaned and formatted to make it useful to analyze. So this can take a considerable amount of time and efforts, because of the size, basically, and all the different structures you can have from different data sources. So combinations, the multiple data sources, unstructured, semi-structured data, a hybrid. Sorry, is the same semi-structured than hybrid with hybrid. But yes, and processing all these different sources, different kind of data. Um, Basically, you know, it's really hard to identify what information is useful and which one can be compounded. Let's say if you have excessive noise or data corruption, fake data that you don't think it's proper. So yes, obviously you cannot do that with humans. It's impossible, literally impossible, to analyze all that kind of data with humans, and it doesn't not even make sense. to have, because you need to have millions and millions of users processing data 10 hours a day with the power you can do with a laptop. Okay, so it does not even make sense. So yeah, and the third part, I would say, is the security. Okay, the cybersecurity and the privacy risks. Big data systems, like all the systems, can sometimes handle sensitive or personal user information. The healthcare, for example, systems, the banking systems, the governments. There's a bunch of, uh, if you just bought maybe a table from a local store and their data got leaked. Okay, someone knows that you have a table in your house. Okay, everyone has a table, so it's not that hard to uh, let's say to close that door. Okay, but if it's a really huge company with really sensitive data, with salaries, and no one knows what your salary is, where's your company located, what you do at your job, where you live, what your uh, parents name, where your parents live, that's not cool. Okay, so this is a problem, but yes, it's a huge challenge, and even security is getting a little every time more advanced, but it's still a problem. Okay, so there if you have more data, you can have more leaks, and the leaks will be bigger and worse because of all these data. Okay, and yes, let me show you a couple of tools that you can use to analyze this data. I would say, let me see if I can find a couple. Uh, uh, uh. If you have any question, please just put it on the comments. Uh, I'll make sure to read them. Okay, let me stop this. I had a file prepared, a couple of. Okay, let's use, for example, this one, Tableau. Okay, this is a software, for example, I think this one it has a student's plan, because otherwise it's quite expensive, I would say. Okay, Tableau creator, Tableau viewer, like access existing dashboards. Okay, 2015. But I think there should be a student's plan or something. But otherwise, there's other ones like Power BI. Okay, so if we go, uh, you can see you can do a bunch of here with a bunch of tools. I've used it and it's pretty nice on my previous company. Uh, it's a little bit complex for beginners, I would say, but it allows you to do a bunch of stuff. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Another one is Power BI. Okay, this one I think it's Microsoft's tool. So this one's pretty nice too, and you can do a bunch of cool stuff with it. So let me see the pricing here. Oh, okay. There's a free plan too. Create, complete, whatever. Okay, this one's pretty cool too. And the Power BI Pro costs $9.30 a month. Okay, that's not that bad. Sorry, sorry for that. And if you want to visualize data using code, like maybe these kind of tools are maybe for data analysts and they want to analyze different kind of data. Here you have, for example, you know, there you have an example on different things you can do. share information, create different dashboards. And then if you want like a more coding thing, you have this one, this JavaScript library that you can do a bunch of stuff. Actually, we did a stream on this one. I think it was 2 Global Hack Weeks ago. Yes, I think it was 2 Global Hack Weeks ago. And this one's really nice too. You can do a bunch of things. And yes, it's in JavaScript. So you can just load a bunch of data. Here, for example, this data is, let me see here. Let me see this data, what it is. Yeah, here's the data. Here's the data. Okay, you have this different whatever. You can add your own data here. You can create all these perfect visualizations. You can add them to your website. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I really liked it. And they have this notebook, let's say. You can write here the code, and you can change a bunch of stuff. You can create constants, variables, whatever, and do a bunch of stuff here. So yes, this one's pretty nice too. This one I really like this one because it's really easy, it's intuitive, and it's, you know, I think we just went to observable QA. Yeah, this one. Okay. Subsequent, the best. Well, they call it the best, but every company calls the best their products. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I can confirm. Yes, it's pretty cool. Can do a bunch of stuff to analyze a bunch of different data types and data structures. Uh, it gets more complex if you want it to get more complex, because if you do complex stuff, it will get complex. If not, it will be just simple. So this is, for example, repo stats, release, GitHub stars, daily npm downloads, total npm numbers. Well, you have some information here regarding the. Okay, this one, for example, it's US electricity grid. Okay, and here you have the different companies, operators, latest hourly demand, change from previous hours. This is pretty nice too. Okay, and here you can choose the dates, as you can see, and yeah, this one's pretty nice. And here you have US electricity generation demand. I don't know if this is real data, to be honest with you. Yes, here we have PGM interconnection. Probably people from US will know these different companies. I don't, so I assume they're real. So yes, and here we have neighbor countries interchange. We have Mexico, Canada. So yes, yes, this is balancing authority. Okay, so all this is big data. Okay, because if electric companies know that here's maybe a lot of demand and there's just one company, it's a remote place, so maybe they will just move any branch of them here to, maybe to provide some more electricity, to have the competition near. This pricing stuff here, uh, well, the electrical the electric industry is pretty hard because the price changes like every hour, and they need to know exactly what kind of prices to charge to their clients, because the competition maybe they will lower the prices, and then the client will change companies because they think it's not fair, because they think they're scamming them or whatever. So it's really important, all this big data movement. It's not a movement, it exists since the 90s, but right now it's getting like with the huge and massive data we have, it's getting more and more important every time. So that's a little bit all what I wanted to cover. So yes, if you have any question or any other thing you want to say, This is your perfect time. This is your time. Okay. I can see no questions. Okay, that's a good sign because you understand it and everything. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, and for the people that wanted to watch the web scrapping one, this one was really fun and really, really interesting. If you want to get into data scrapping and know how to get different data and everything, this one's really nice. Let me share with you the link. This one. You can watch it on Twitch. And you'll probably have a lot of fun with it. So, really recommend this one. I really, really recommend it. So, no more questions. I can see no more questions. Okay. Let me see if I just forgot something. Let me see. Have a couple of notes. Yep. I think there's nothing I've missed. So, yes. Okay. So, if there's no more questions, sorry, I didn't take a break today. Normally, I take maybe a 5 minute break between, you know, the the first and the second part of the stream. But today, I was just actually I forgot, to be honest. I forgot to take a break. Sorry for that. Uh, okay. Any other question? Want to say something? Nothing. Are you working on something right now? Do you have you meet someone? Okay. Okay, I can see there's no more questions. So for now, I'll be just I'll just gonna say thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I know it's I don't know. In 20 minutes, well, 19 minutes, there's a match, Spain versus France. Let's see how it goes. Is the semifinals of the Eurocopa. I don't know if you're into football. I'm not into football neither, just a little bit. But yes, let's see how it goes because there's a lot of excitement with our neighbor country, neighbor loved country. Um, okay, okay. So I think there's no more questions. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Uh, thank you for giving me your true appreciated hours. Thank you so much, and hope you learned something. Hey, hello, Ashish. Ashish, yes. How are you doing? So yeah, what I was saying. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for attending. If someone just got late here, you can check the stream on YouTube or Twitch. Probably YouTube before Twitch later. And uh, yes, thank you so much, and hope to see you tomorrow. We have a session about Bash scripting and how to write scripts on Bash. It will be much more technical than this one, and we'll be doing some scripts. Okay, so hope to see you there, and hope to hope to write some great scripts with you. So, with all that being said, thank you so much again and have a really nice day. Okay. Thank you so much, folks, for being here. And I'll just let you go have some rest, have some food, and yep. Thank you so much. Bye.